A few months back, I did a video titled Consumption as Activism. The thesis of the video was that some progressives view consumption of a product as a form of political activism. When a person is good politically, they consume products that promote the progressive political message, or that are made by companies that support progressive political projects. And they either boycott products promoting a different message or supporting a different project, or they actively try to get those products cancelled so that nobody can support them. Right-wingers do this sometimes too. They've picked up how useful this tactic is after watching the progs do it for years. But this is still, right now, primarily a progressive tool. There's an overwhelming amount of examples of this, by the way. How they harassed people who played Hogwarts Legacy, how they shat on people for liking the Joker movie, how they shat on people for not liking Ghostbusters 2016. The past decade is littered with shit like this. But my previous video was specifically about a McDonald's advertising campaign in Japan that showed a happy family eating food together. Progressives called it promoting pedophilia and white supremacy, while regular people simply said, "I wish that was my life." Well, McDonald's Japan did it again. Back on February 27th, Japan put out a commercial for shaka fries. Basically, the fries come in a sealable bag, and with a packet of spices. You sprinkle the spices into the bag, you shake it up, and you've got spiced fries. The advertisement showed a cute girl with cat ears shaking the fries up, set to the music of Nyan Cat, only it's Shaka Cat now, with the hashtag ShakaCat. It's actually a perfectly fine commercial as commercials go. Yeah, it's an old meme, but you've got an attractive person, a catchy song, and an accurate representation of the product. Like the last McDonald's Japan ad campaign, this went viral in the Anglosphere because of how straightforward and appealing it was. It didn't lecture you about politics, it was just, here's the fries, here's the cute girl, go to McDonald's. McDonald's also did a pixel art version, an anime version, they leaned on the Nyan Cat connection, it was all very well done. The same people made the same complaints as last time, but they were just ignored out of hand. But I have a feeling McDonald's Japan is basically just getting tired of the controversy, because their next ad campaign, which came out a few days ago, is specifically restricted to Japan only. I guess they don't want Westoids commenting on their stuff and dragging their drama in anymore. For those of you who really want to see this bit of forbidden content, here it is.
このままゆっくりしたいし、そんな時はマックデリバリーしちゃう？
一人用デリバリーセット。
Yeah, there's nothing to it, right? Just a girl drawing on her tablet, and then she sees another girl on TV reading a book, and then McDonald's. I'm sure if I understood more Japanese, this would make more sense to me. With only visual cues, it's a bit disjointed, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is, McDonald's Japan is done with the West's terminally online culture warriors. In fact, every video posted to the McDonald's Japan account after this one is region locked to Japan only. Probably because every video from before March 16th is filled with English replies talking about how wholesome they all are. That's probably pretty annoying to them, but it's cool for us. It's clear what people in the West are attracted to. It's also pretty clear that McDonald's corporate in the West didn't quite get the message. My editor Dave picked up some McDonald's goy slop a couple of weeks ago, and it came in this manga-covered bag. The two large sides of the bag are labeled page 1 and 2. Page 1 begins at a restaurant called McDonald's, with a McDonald's staffer saying, "The legends are true, it's the sauce of destiny. McDonald's sauce, grab the Wick Nuggets." Page 2 says, "It's the sauce of power, the sauce of bliss, the sauce of comfort. The world's never tasted a sauce so true." Then a tuxedo mask-looking guy says, "I must mask my excitement to maintain my mysterious lore." And the punchline is the original guy being left without any food. The thinner sides of the bag show off a cast of various McDonald's anime characters on one side, and on the other side, the main girl of the cast advertises the Wick Nuggets. I want to clear up something real quick, because I know some of you are asking, why McDonald's? Well, whenever an anime wanted to bring up a generic Western fast food chain, they'd always call it McDonald's instead of McDonald's in order to avoid copyright issues, while still having the same vibes. The first recorded instance of this happening was in the 1983 anime Cat's Eye, which featured the characters eating at a McDonald's. Other 1980s anime began to feature McDonald's as a location, like City Hunter, Aim for the Ace, Mobile Police Patlabor, and Sally the Witch. McDonald's stuff also appeared in a few old Japanese-made video games, generally as a stand-in for a French fries pickup, since the McDonald's red fries sleeve is so iconic. But McDonald's primarily remained an anime phenomenon. The McDonald's anime trend only intensified in the 1990s and 2000s. I specifically remember when I was a budding young dev seeing a McDonald's appearance in Gundam Wing, Sonic X, and Serial Experiments Lane, and remarking how weird and immersion-breaking it was. Why not just use the McDonald's name? Why call attention to it like this? The chance of a McDonald's sighting in an anime made after the mid-2000s increases dramatically, and by then I was in university, and old enough to understand copyright issues. This whole thing became an inside joke to anime fans, like the Wilhelm scream is for film buffs. Spot the McDonald's! Just to be clear, this isn't actual product placement. Like, for example, Pizza Hut funded a ton of anime from like 2008 to 2015, and subsequently in these shows, branded pizza boxes are randomly shoved into the scenes at the weirdest moments. That is actual product placement. McDonald's is used whenever the creators of a show want the characters to go to an American-style fast food restaurant with all of the implied cultural context, but they don't actually have the rights to a brand. As a result, McDonald's became its own sort of cultural signifier among anime fans. After the success in the West of the initial Japanese McDonald's anime ad campaign, I think what happened is somebody at American McDonald's saw it all happening and thought, how can we take advantage of this? They saw anime, they said, okay, clearly the Western audience wants McDonald's and anime. And so they made a McDonald's anime campaign in the West. This isn't just a bunch of nonsense either, there's clearly some thought put into this. After all, some anime-loving intern at McDonald's knew enough about anime culture to call these commercials McDonald's, and they got an actual anime studio to whip up 4 TV-length commercials that ran in not only English and Spanish, but Japanese with English subtitles. Each ad is labeled an episode like it's an anime, and each one covers a specific anime genre. Episode 1 is The Race to McDonald's, and is structured like a sports shonen. Episode 2 is Love from Across the Booth, a romance shoujo. Episode 3, Wicked Nugget Space Frontier 3000, a mecha sci-fi show. And Episode 4, The Wisdom of the Sauce, is an isekai. Listen, as an anime lover, I really enjoyed this stuff. Somebody put at least a bit of heart into this campaign, but I can't help but feel like McDonald's still missed the mark. Westerners reacted so positively to those initial Japanese McDonald's ads not because they were anime. Well, them being anime helped, but it was primarily because they were sincere, first and foremost. There was no subversion of expectations, there was no fourth wall breaking, there was no inappropriate punchline. It was just honest, down-to-earth depictions of real people living a wholesome life, with McDonald's. Yes, it's still an advertisement in the end, but it was the sincerity that pulled people to it. The anime style certainly helped with sincerity, with the creation of appealing characters, but sincerity is what everyone wanted. Compare that to the McDonald's campaign in the West. There's some cool character design here, sure. The short stories are fun. They did a pretty good job, and clearly somebody cared. But it's all still very fourth wall breaking. The campaign in Japan simply presented a happy family, or friends hanging out after school or whatever. The Western campaign, they seem to really be hammering you with the joke of, this is anime, get it? We're doing anime tropes, get it? We know anime went viral, so we're giving you anime. This is what you want, right? In the Japanese campaign, what they were using to advertise the product was sincerity. Anime was just the container. It was a good one, since it's relatively easy to depict cute girls or cool guys or wholesome situations in the anime style. But sincerity attracted people to the campaign because it is precisely what our pop culture lacks right now. In the American campaign, they did the anime part of it very well, but the sincerity part? Is it there? Well, it's there a little bit. I can feel hints of sincerity just based on the fact that the creators actually cared about what they were doing. But a lot of the fourth wall breaking stuff kills it. Like, go back to The Bag, where the guy says, I must mask my true excitement to maintain my mysterious lore. That's just some cringe millennial humor that ruins the whole thing. I'm gonna have to do a video on why millennial writing sucks so bad to really break this down, but a big reason is what's being offered here is irony, not sincerity. Irony can be good, it has its place, but we've had over a decade of nothing but constant irony, and people are burnt out on it. I think that's why the McDonald's campaign just isn't fully hitting the mark. They tried, and it was a good try. It's just missing that essential spark at the center of it. It's certainly better than having a black trans woman insult the customer of your product, though.
Rock and roll McDonald's! Rock and roll McDonald's! Rock and roll McDonald's! Rock and roll McDonald's! McDonald's will make you fat.